Sure. Thank you everyone for sharing. Wow, talk about inspiring night. Everyone's stories are so inspiring. So, June last year, my brother um, had a major stroke, and that put him in ICU for 30 days. Um, the whole time he was in ICU, we expected him to pull through, but we kept having the doctors tell us that it was unknown whether he would actually make it and what state he was going to be in when he came out, because his airways kept collapsing and he had a lot going on after the stroke. And I have an interest in health, and I know a lot um, in the health avenue, knowing that stem cells are the way of the future. And so when I was invited to the supper club night where Misha was presenting and I saw a stem cell presentation, I was jumping in ready to see what was going on. And it was supporting Destiny Rescue, another amazing organisation that is close to my heart as well. So I went, and I cannot tell you how disappointed I was when I realised it was network marketing, an MLM. I wanted nothing to do with an MLM, so I backed away and left it on the shelf for a few days. And then my brother actually got to the point, so he came out of ICU. He still had a tracheostomy in for several weeks after that. He was slowly recovering. They moved him from the Gold Coast to Brisbane, but then he was in the PA in Brisbane and he did not appear to be improving. So I went back to researching the X39 patch, and I couldn't actually find fault with it and thought it possibly was his only chance for a recovery to the level that he wants to recover. So I had several conversations with Misha, and she kept answering all my questions, and I spent a whole month researching this product because I knew I couldn't put anything on his body that was going to interfere with his current treatment or that the doctors were going to say no to. And then once I got my brother to agree to trying it, it then still took a good month to actually get the doctors to approve it and get him started on it. And what happened then, so this was around it was actually the beginning of November, the first time I patched him, I do believe. And he wanted to see his son graduate. So we started patching him on the 1st or 2nd of November. I'm not sure exactly when. And his son was graduating on the 16th of November. And my brother went from hardly being able to do any of his rehab to doing all of his rehab and being able to get out into community, which is the big term, to get out into community, which he hadn't done. And that it was actually a second time out to see his son graduate. And not only did he see his son graduate, he stood and he shook his son's hand. So that was just amazing and brought tears to all of our eyes. And that was so amazing. So then he has been on the patches since November, and he has an old rotator cuff injury on his good side, and that was also hindering him being able to hold a car to get in and out, to help himself get up and down from his good side. And so then we introduced the supporting patches to escalate his recovery. And again, that took several weeks to get that approved by the doctors to help him with that recovery. So this video that we've got is after Greg has been on, I think, those supporting patches for maybe 2 weeks. Are we ready to play that? Yeah.
That would be great.
He's not often in bed, but this one's from bed because he was a bit
just amazing that you were able to capture this.
When I first had the stroke, this was my good shoulder. I was trying to help the nurses by pulling up the bed, and I aggravated this shoulder. I couldn't use it then. It was a 20-year-old injury from tennis and cricket, rotator cuff, but I had very limited use. After only a few days of the patches, the pain was gone. I could do full extension of the shoulder now and have strength again. I can pull myself up into the car. I couldn't do that at all. And also, I almost lost all of my vision initially from the stroke. I couldn't even see apps on my phone. Now I can read messages and send text messages. I can type on the laptop again. I couldn't even see some of the letters on the keyboard initially, and that was improvement within a few days of the patches. Made a big difference to me, no question about it.
Beautiful.
When I first had the stroke, this was my good shoulder.
Yeah, so it was 2 days of Greg being with the X39 that he went from not being able to find the apps on his phone to reading text messages. And since then, he's now able to send text messages, and his eyesight does keep improving. So he's ready to run, and his body's crawling and getting better every day.